morning, chillonies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and as you can hear by my voice already, I woke up today not feeling the best. Actually, I woke up feeling fine, and then an hour later, my body was like, hey, wanna hear something funny? Blocked nose, scratchy throat, blurry vision, all the signs of a telltale sickness encumbering my body. It's coming over me and it's trying to kill me, but I'm not gonna let it. Because I got PMA and I'm gonna keep that in here and flush this disease out of my body. So, because I can't go at full tilt the way I want to, I decided it'd be fun to do a Would You Rather game again. But not only... the toughest game of Would You Rather you will ever play. Ever! You're never gonna play one tougher than this, except for like the 4 other ones that I found that are titled exactly like this. But what can you expect? It's from fucking BuzzFeed. God damn it. BuzzFeed are like shitty... BuzzFeed are just shitty YouTube titles. The website. It's like if you want to figure out what to call your video, just go to BuzzFeed. You'll get a terrible clickbait title. Would you rather be forced to wear wet socks for the rest of your life, or be allowed to wash your hair only once a year? Huh. I'll only be able to wash my hair once a year. Could I still use like dry shampoo? Or at least rinse it or something? Be forced to wear wet socks for the rest of your life? That's the rest of your life. Although this is once a year for the rest of your... I don't fucking know. Oh, people pick the wet socks instead of the hair. Well, see, I would just shave all my hair then, eventually. Problem solved on my front. Would you rather have a finger as a tongue or have tongues as fingers? Ooh. So tongues where my fingers would be, or a finger where my tongue is. Okay, that's a really hard one. Normally it's like I can logic my way out of this, but it's like, if you have a tongue where, or if you have a finger where your tongue is, you can't really speak clearly. Or maybe you can eventually, but like the nuances of your tongue are what enable speech. And then you wouldn't be able to taste anything. Oh, strange. Or have tongues as fingers. Okay, I'm probably gonna go with tongues as fingers. Because tongues are just like a muscle that's able to like bend and flex and do all these weird shapes and everything. And I'd be able to curl them all up, and I feel like I'd still be able to grab stuff and still do what I want. It would be difficult over regular fingers because there's bones in these. But I still think it would be more useful than this one. People would rather have a finger as a tongue? Why? Whatever, man. People are crazy. Would you rather wear someone else's dirty underwear or use somebody else's toothbrush? Ooh. Ugh. Probably the underwear. It's gross. It depends on how dirty, though. Like, if it's someone's just like, they wore their underwear for a day and then you have to wear their underwear. That's not so bad, but if somebody else's toothbrush... It's like all that germ and saliva and everything that they have in their mouth and then it's going into your mouth. That's fucking gross and weird. I don't like that. This one. People would rather use someone else's toothbrush? I mean, it does depend on how dirty these underwear are. If there's shit stains and cum stains and discharge and everything all over them, then probably not. At least the toothbrush would smell all minty and you probably wouldn't taste anything, but it's just the thought of one of them over the other. They're both fucking crap. Would you rather shit bricks or puke slugs? Ron Weasley puked slugs and he didn't seem so bad. Oh, no. Oh, the idea of puking up a slug and all that, like, really sticky mucus coming up your neck. But shitting a brick, that would fucking hurt and probably tear your ass in half, so maybe that one. Finally, I picked one that other people picked. Would you rather pee yourself in public once a week or shit yourself private daily? This. You'd rather shit yourself private daily? Pee yourself in public once a week. I feel like I could hide that. Doesn't mean people have to see. I would just be out in like a train station and then all of a sudden like, oops. And I'd have to go change somewhere. I'd probably just go home. Whatever. I'm not out in public all that much. Or shit myself private daily? That's just inconvenient. The way I'm seeing it is once a week versus daily. That's the only way I'm coming to an answer with that. Would you rather always have to tell the truth or always lie? Both of them are gonna get me in trouble. I feel like I'm a more truthful person than I am a lying person. I mean, obviously you lie about certain things, like, depending on the situation, if someone's upset, you don't just tell them the cold, hard truth, because that's not always the best solution. Sometimes you have to tell little white lies to help someone get through a thing. Sometimes you have to lie to yourself to get through some things. That's deep. Oh my god, BuzzFeed was right. Truth? I don't know. Man, 81% of people pick truth. Or did you lie? Haha, there, well, whatever. Would you rather never have internet access again or never be able to take an airplane anywhere again? Oh. See, normally I'd pick the plane one, but I have to travel a lot. And this year I'm traveling more than I've ever traveled in my entire life. I'm like out of the country every 3 to 4 weeks. Oh, so that's difficult, and I'd never be able to see like many of my friends abroad. Could I like take a plane somewhere, live there, and then never take a plane ever again? Because that's probably what I do. Never having internet access again is... I mean, it's not the end of the world, but since I do the job that I do and I'm here talking to you because of the internet now and because it's changed my life so much and it can continue to change my life so much, I feel like having access to the internet is far more useful than never being able to travel again. Would you rather have your body found in a pile of sex toys? What? Or have everyone you know see your browsing history? I'd rather people see my browsing history because I do not want to be found in a fucking pile of sex toys. What the hell? My browsing history is like, oh no, you looked up that one thing that one time? Oh, call the police! Arrest this man! Crazy lunatics! Like, everyone's browsing history is kind of weird. Who gives a shit? We're all human. We all look up weird stuff. Would you rather be in the real life version of American Horror Story? Never watched it. Or be in the real life version of The Walking Dead? Well, this is more apocalyptic than this one. This is like worldwide epidemic of thousands of people, millions of people dying to a zombie apocalypse, and you could be next. I don't know much about American Horror Story, but I don't think it's as extreme as that, so maybe that one. Everyone wants to be in The Walking Dead. You know, you don't get to be Rick Grimes or anything like that. You don't get to do the cool parts. You could just be the first person to die from the zombies. Would you rather run your tongue down a New York sidewalk or press your tongue into a stranger's nostril? Ew! Both are gross! This one's probably gonna get me a fucking venereal disease, and this one's gonna make me vomit. So, actually, by severity, this one's probably the best one to do. Oh god, this one's more gross though than this one. Licking a sidewalk though, like how much of the sidewalk do I have to lick? You know what, I'm gonna be an outlier here and lick the sidewalk. I'm sticking my tongue in a stranger's nostril. Both are fucking horrible though. Would you rather immerse yourself in a bathtub of spiders or a bathtub of tobacco spit? Oh, I've never clicked something faster. What is wrong with 14,000 or 14%? 145,000 people. Ugh, getting into a bathtub of spiders, so gross. I don't want them creepy crawling all over me. And then you'd always have that feeling, even when you get out, you'd be like, are they on me? I feel like they're on me. Okay, that was kind of lame. That didn't really have a whole lot in it. Come on, BuzzFeed. Well, what did I expect, really? There were some answers in there. There were some questions in there that were a little tricky dicky, but overall, I've had harder. The hardest would you rather quiz in the world! Or so it says. I don't know, I've done a lot of them by now. I doubt that this one's gonna be the hardest one. In the world! This isn't even BuzzFeed or anything. Or maybe it is. It's just called wouldyouratherquiz.com. I don't know. I don't trust it. Okay, go to the first question. Would you rather be invisible or be able to fly? Be able to fly? Duh! That's not a hard one! Why would that be hard? Being invisible, don't get me wrong, would be awesome. It'd be cool. But if you're always invisible, that'd be a pain in my ass. Eventually you get bored of that. And with great invisibility comes great ability to not be noticed by people. So I'd rather be able to fly. I'd be able to soar through the air. I'd be able to go all the way up and then dive bomb all the way down and whoosh. I mean, it'd be encumbering some serious G's on my body, but it'd be so awesome if I was able to fly. Oh, I wouldn't even have to walk to the shop or anything. I'd just be like, kind of want a bar of chocolate. And then you just whoosh out the door. Fucking simple. We're off to a flying start. Good one. Oh my god, that's a little close. Stranger danger, Jesus. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout? Well, one of these things is already true, so that one. But that would get really annoying. I know. Welcome to the channel, wouldyourathерquiz.com. Is this the hardest would you rather quiz because the pictures are just really weird? Would you rather know when you were going to die or know how you were going to die? I think we got this one before, and I think I went with how I was going to die. Because when I'm going to die, I'll constantly be counting that down in my head. I'll be like, May 15th, 2076. And I'll be like, oh, I really got to get stuff done before then. And then I'd be coming up, and all day I'd be just freaking out. And I think it would just make me paranoid if I knew how I was going to die. Like if somebody said, how are you going to die? And it's like, oh, hit by an airplane while skydiving. I'd be like, okay. I just won't go skydiving until I'm 90. So this one. Watch out for that. Watch out for what? I don't know what it is. Would you rather never be able to open your mouth? A jacksepticeye that's not able to open its mouth? Is that really a jacksepticeye at all? Or never be able to close your eyes? Would my eyes still dry out? Because that would say, well, if I'm not able to open my mouth, then I'm not able to eat or anything either. There are solutions to it. But I love being able to chaw on some nosh. Just be able to nosh on some grub. It's so good. Just food in my mouth. Right now. All the time. Just food. Every day. Always. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Never be able to close my eyes. I can just get eye drops. You're playing a blinder. Oh! Those are shit jokes. Nearly halfway there. Watch out. They're about to get even tougher. Well, they weren't that tough to begin with. But okay. Pull up my imaginary sleeves. I'm fucking ready. Let's go. Would you rather marry a complete stranger or be forced to have sex with one? This is the accurate reaction. What? Right. Okay. So any stranger at all. Be forced to have sex with a stranger or be forced to marry one. I feel like being forced to marry one comes with a lot more than being forced to have sex with one. It's like, get in, get out, and then get on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the other one is like, marry them, and then if you don't want to stay married to them, then you gotta, like, divorce them, get an annulment, all this different type of shit. I'm like, so much stress to be forced to have sex with. Are you sure? Every woman and girl fleeing her home country is vulnerable to being trafficked or for forced sexual exploitation. What the fuck? This got really serious all of a sudden. I just came to answer some silly questions. Oh man, now you're making me have an existential crisis. Would you rather be locked in a lorry all by yourself or be locked in a lorry with 50 strangers? By myself? Many people are forced to escape their country in terrible conditions in the backs of lorries where they run the risk of freezing or suffocating to death. Oh god. This just took a very deep, dark twist. Now I know why you're saying it's the hardest Would You Rather quiz. You baited me with the first few questions. Would you rather be beaten by your husband or be beaten by a human trafficker? I'd rather just go somewhere else right now and have nice food. I just wanted to play a silly quiz game for the sake of fun. In some countries, leaving your husband is punishable by death, whilst domestic violence is not considered a crime. What the fuck? What is wrong with some parts of the world? How do some parts of the world think that this is like normal? I don't know. Would you rather suffer genital mutilation or never see any of your family again? Wow. At this point, it's not even about picking which one I would actually rather. Because I'm guessing the idea behind this one now is that some people have to choose one of these. Some people, it's either this or this. And that's horrible. Never see any of your family again? In some cultures, girls who refuse female genital mutilation are either mutilated by force or forced to flee their homes and families. Jesus. Sometimes they close up genitals so that you can't use them until, like, your spouse is, like, the one, like, you're a gift to them kind of thing. It's so horrible. The world's such a messed up place in some areas. Would you rather tell an asylum interviewer about how you were abused even though your children are in the room, stay quiet and risk being sent back to your home country where you will be persecuted? Probably this one. Because it's horrible to have to say that stuff in front of your children, but at least this one you might be able to escape the horrors then back home. All asylum seekers should be provided with adequate childcare whilst they are being interviewed, so they can freely disclose all the information that is relevant to their claim. This is just one of the rights Asylum Aid is working for. That's awesome. That makes me happy to hear. So, your kids don't actually have to be in the room because a proper asylum will provide childcare while you go for that interview. That's nice. Would you rather help Asylum Aid improve the lives of the refugees now? Find out more. Oh. Refugee crisis. When was this created? I didn't know that this... I did not know that this was going to take this turn, by the way. I just looked up, like, different would you rather quizzes and, like, toughest and hardest would you rather quizzes and stuff like that. I didn't know that that's what this one was going to be. I'm going to donate, for sure. Alright, done. Man, that took a very strange turn. Honestly, I didn't know that was going to happen. Because it's called the hardest would you rather quiz in the world. I thought it was just like a clickbaity thing, but man, that really makes you think. That, like, it actually lived up to its name. Who knew? Not just clickbait. Anyway, that was a bit of a different video this time, I guess, but it's always nice to try and change videos around now and then, instead of just doing the regular old either.io would you rather quizzes. So we got something else out of this time. Really made me think by the end of it, instead of just me answering silly questions. It actually turned into something. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, punch the like button in the face! Like a boss! And high fives around. Whoosh, whoosh. But thank you guys, now we'll see all you dudes in the next video! Go away, sickness, please!